mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war. Wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me.
What's up out there, friends and family? It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you again another edition of Motivational Monday. Woo! I'm so excited to be coming into your homes on this Monday. I know you're having a fantastic and prosperous week. Please, for all my replayers, give me about a minute and a half as I share this out to all my different outlets. I want to shout out YouTube. What's up out there tonight, YouTube? The Future DON, always on time. Thank you, Future DON. I had a great birthday, and I want to give a shout out to all the people who reached out to your boy during the celebration of my life, and that's exactly what it is. Don't wait until they roll me in front of a church before you celebrate the motivational teacher. Shout me mine, give me mine while I'm alive. That's what I'm talking about. I think some of us need to live that same way. I'm about to share this to all my outlets. If you all would, please invite your top 5. Go ahead and get your top 5 on here and let them know the motivational teacher's going live. Get your top 5 on here. I know Vanico said, now I'm rolling with my top 2. Hey, I understand that. I call it divine reduction. Divine reduction. And I'm sharing this out to my folks. Y'all holler at your boy. I see some eyes coming into the room. Let me know who's in the room tonight. Don't come in the room and not shout your boy out. Come in the room and shout your boy out. You don't go to somebody's house and not say what up. Y'all know I'm from the country. Sometimes I get my country slang on. What up out there, my people? Give me about another 30 seconds. What's up out there, Ryan? What's going on, bro? My birthday was this weekend, man. I'm back in the saddle tonight. We celebrated this weekend. We about to get it. Hey, Laura, thank you for inviting your top 5. And I'm challenging some more of you all, man. Go ahead and invite your top 5. Get them on here so you can break this bread with them. Tonight, episode 107, Awaken Your I Am. All right, I'm done. If they're not on here now, it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm done. Let me share it to my groups, and we're going to get this show on the road. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, coming again to bring you these hits. Tracy, thank you for joining us. Great evening to you also, man. I really do miss y'all when I'm not in front of this camera. Thank you, Ryan. I had a very, very happy birthday. I want to thank my wife for setting it out for your boy. And it's so funny when you know, we had a nice little weekend, and we just slept. You think we all out, paint the town red and blue. We slept because when we're here, we're on that grind. And I want to talk. That's what I want to talk to us about tonight. Episode 107 of Awaken Your I Am. Ladies and gentlemen, this whole Awaken Your I Am series has been phenomenal. And if you have not been tuning into these Motivational Mondays and even some Bridging the Nations, I'm challenging you to go back and, man, episode 40, episode 50, whatever it is. Hey, what's up, Facebook user? Your name not showing up, so holler at your boy. Let me know who you are. Tonight, episode 107, I'm working on something. Hey, Lisa, thank you. I'm working on something. Last week, we talked about I'm under construction. Man, if you didn't get last week, I'm challenging you to go back and get it. Don't do it right now, but it's on your own free leisure time. Go back and get last week because I'm building on this foundation. Last week, I'm under construction. I know. Don't judge me based on my work area right now because I'm under construction. Tonight, I want to talk about I'm working on something. Somebody get in that chat box. Prophesy to yourself. Prophesy to America. I'm working on something. Get in that chat box. I need at least 6 people to say, I'm working on something. And that's going to mean a whole lot more throughout the process of this conversation we're having tonight. And see, let me not get ahead of myself. Y'all, let me not get ahead of myself. Like when I was doing this research for I'm working on something. Thank you, Laura. When I was doing this research, man, like I got happy all in myself because I started to see, yeah, I'm under construction. The process is becoming great. I'm starting. I always say this, and I tell you all this every Wednesday, every Sunday on Bridging the Nations, that I'm a work in progress. Yeah, come on. I'm a player slash coach. Not that I have attained, but we're working together in order to get this thing where we're supposed to be. I'm working on something. I want to break that word work down to its genesis. That word work can be a noun, meaning it can be a thing. That word work can be a verb, meaning that it produces an action. Come on, we're going back to elementary right now. I want us to understand that we were born an unfinished product. We were born an unfinished product. You see where I'm going, Vanico, already. We were born an unfinished product. And so since we were born an unfinished product, that there always has to be work being performed in my own life. I'm waking to my I am. That word work as a noun means actively involving mental and physical effort done in order to achieve a purpose or result. Come on, man. Activity involving mental and or physical effort done in order to achieve a purposeful result. That's work as a noun. And the part that I love about that definition, that it says mental and or physical. Like a lot of times we think work is physical. And I'm challenging a lot of us to change the way that we see work. The majority of the work we should do, okay, let me give it to you. 70% of the work that we should do should be mental. Abraham Lincoln once said, if you gave him 10 hours to chop down a tree, he's gonna spend the first 9 sharpening the axe. Yeah, I'm about to break bread. My challenge to us is, as it relates to our work as a thing, not work as a verb, work as a thing, as something that we do. What's up, Facebook user? Work as a thing that we do. How much of our work is mental? I'm breaking bread right now. How much of our work is actually us in planning? How much of our work is actually in us sitting down meditating? How much of our work is actually sitting down writing the vision and making it plain? How much of our work is mental work versus the physical? I hear motivational speakers all the time talking about physical work. You can't outwork me. My challenge, listen, I want us to be comfortable with the time that we put in. And it is a must. But I'm challenging us to become more diligent about the mental work that we're doing, because what I do know is I'm under construction. That when I see something in my life, I actually had to build it twice. I had to build it once on the inside, and then it manifested on the outside. I had to build it twice. So that's why it's so important that I learned to work mentally. My granddad, man, I love my granddad. My granddad was an awesome individual. My granddad worked so hard that he had calluses in his hands that he could shake your hand and your hand will almost bleed. Thank you for joining us, Jacqueline. That his hand, you could shake his hand and his hands would bleed. He was a hard working man. But if my grandfather, I'm talking about 10X now, think about it. If my grandfather had spent 40% of the time mentally with the work that he was doing physically, we would be set for generations to come. And my granddad did a phenomenal job that he bought 200 acres of land in a time where African Americans were not owners of land. So my granddad did phenomenal with working with his hands. Don't get me wrong. And I'm going to get to the place where we're working with our hands. But how many of us are actively working mentally to achieve a purpose or a result? How many of us have our vision so clear that in my mind, I have rehearsed my goals and my dreams so many times that you can't separate who Anthony is from his goals and his dream? We got to work mentally. I'm getting somewhere right now. That's work as a noun. That work must become a thing in our life. See, some of us out there got the wrong. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But I'm gonna go ahead. And some of us got the wrong relationship with work. We only see work as a verb. Let me give you the definition. I'm going somewhere. That word, the definition of work as a verb: to be engaged in physical or mental activity, to be engaged in it. That word verb is to actually be putting my hands to the plow. I get that. And I want us to be there. And I want us to, we're going to actually do the physical work. But I want to talk to us about work as a thing. A noun is a person, a place, or a thing, something that's tangible that I can touch. I'm going somewhere right now. If they gave, if a work can be a noun like that building over there is a noun, or you want to say the White House is a proper noun, or the rest or Miller's is a proper noun. So work, I'm about to break bread, has to become a noun in our life for us to be successful. Work is not just something I do. My work is a part of who I am. I'm working. It is a noun. It is a thing. It is tangible. I know exactly why I'm doing it. So it's too many people out there using work as a verb, and they see work as a verb as disconnected from their life. But I'm trying to get you involved in the process of working on something. Define your something. The challenge for most mere humans, Americans, is they cannot define their something. Everything that I do in my life has a place and a purpose, and it's moving me somewhere from the music that I listen to. Come on, motivational teacher. From the music that I listen to, from the TV shows that I watch. I only watch, man, it's so funny. I only watch shows like America's Got Talent, where I can see somebody who was unknown. Now they find somebody in the limelight, and they finally get a moment to do what they do. And when they get out there, they become internationally known. They come out there, and now they got a show in Vegas. I watched The Prophet, where I see people who have looking for somebody to invest in their business, who looking for some expertise to get them to the next level. I watch Shark Tank because I'm looking at how people pitch their ideas. No, rephrase that. I'm looking how people pitch their noun, their work, their noun. They pitch their noun, their work in front of some sharks and hoping to gain an investment to take their business to the next level. I only watch things that pertain to my working on something. I got 86 seconds, 86,040 seconds in a day. I can't waste 46,000 of those on nothing that's not working for my something. I can't waste a bunch of time doing nothing when I'm working on something. Somebody better holler at your boy. Man, I'm telling you, you better tell your grandmama and them. Anybody that's asking you for advice, anybody that's asking you for money, anybody that has an ear and to let them hear, you better tell them they need to hop on this thing tonight so their life can be transformed. I'm 13 minutes in. I got about 30 more. You better tell them, you better get in on the middle of this, because how I've been seeing my life is not really what it is. I've seen my work as a verb, and I've never seen it as a noun, meaning that my work produces an expected outcome, that my work has an expected end. And I'm not talking, see, I'm a mere humans. Boy, I love sitting in front of these people. I love sitting in front of y'all right here because y'all know where I'm going. Like, I can't, this is the thing. On speaking engagements, I can't have this conversation. Listen, I'm telling you, when I speak, and I don't put a lot of my stuff online because that's just not what I do. When I speak, I can only give them about 20% of what I'm giving you, because I know the eyes that's been here. Y'all know when I come with this bread that sometimes, I get some stuff that you got to go back and you got to listen to 3, 4 times before you can actually understand what the motivational teacher is talking about. Because I'm telling you like this stuff right here, I ain't saying it because it's me saying it. I'm saying it because I've seen it work so many times in so many different people's lives. This stuff right here is worth its weight in gold if a person is willing to work on something. You got to see your work as a noun. You got to see your work as a noun. I'm going to believe and produce and expect it in. I know what I'm working toward. I am the motivational teacher to the masses, and nothing that I see can change what I know. Why? Because I'm working on something. The process of going under construction last week means that I have a completed blueprint in the midst of the debris while I'm building. I'm working on something. I'm engaged. And I got to be real with a lot of us out there. I got to be real with a lot of us out there. I got to be real. The reason why a lot of us are not seeing the manifestation that we want to see in our lives is because we haven't spent enough time making our way prosperous. We haven't spent enough time meditating on this day and night. See, that's work as a noun. Meditate on this day and night to make my way prosperous. We haven't spent enough time working as a noun. We do and some of us, honestly, I got to tell you, some of us haven't done enough work as a verb. Hey, Beverly, thank you for joining us. Some of us have not done enough work as a verb to sit there and believe so much more is on the inside of me. Most of us don't believe it because we haven't done the work inwardly or outwardly. We haven't done the work as a noun, and we have not done the work as a verb. Doing the work as a noun means I build that thing on the inside of me mentally. I'm mentally and I'm physically involved. Doing the work as a verb means I'm physically engaged in the process of putting it together. And many of us haven't done the work, number one, as a noun and created a place and created a thing on the inside of us from my expected end. We haven't done that work on the inside, so it's no way we can believe it on the outside. Even my favorite book says this. So you see, faith by itself isn't enough. Unless it produces good deeds, it's dead and useless. Man, I am breaking bread. It is dead and it's useless. So you see, faith by itself isn't enough. Faith without works is dead. Let me see, I got Vanika chiming into this conversation. When you know these Monday nights are growing you constantly, my 3-year-old is in the process of learning to ride her bicycle, and physically she's pedaling, but mentally she just ride. Come on, get in the conversation, Vanika. In her mind, she pedaling, but mentally she like, man, I'm on a what you call those thing, an Iron Man right now. I got that kind of skill on that bike. I love that. I love that, and I appreciate you saying that about these Motivational Mondays, man. I'm telling you, Angelique, thank you for joining us. I'm telling you right now that our lives can be what we make them. Like I tend to believe that a lot of people subscribe to the theory that people with talent or people that was born in families with more influence or people who have more resources. I think subconsciously the world has told us that those are the born winners, that those are the people that's supposed to be on top, that those are the people that has the passage to the castle. I think subconsciously we believe those things, so we negate the work and say, well, it's not meant for me. My last name isn't Trump. My last name isn't biting. My last name isn't Smith. And so it subconsciously helps us put brakes on our lives to where we only give 60 to 70% of ourselves to any one thing, because I subconsciously believe that if I put too much work in, I would be disappointed when I don't get my desire in. Come on, Ryan. That I'll be disappointed I don't get my desire in, but I'm here to challenge you tonight. What in the world? I'm going to say it this way. I'm here to challenge you tonight to take the brakes off your own life. There is no way you fail when you are mentally and physically involved in the work to produce your desired end. I'm telling you. But my last name is King. Come on. Come on, Ryan. Get in the mic. And matter of fact, Ryan, let me take it one more. That the great I am called you. He said he's the King of Kings. So that means, Ryan, you got kingship already. You got kingship already. And we got to start walking in that stuff. I'm telling you, we got to challenge ourselves to stop living lives with the brakes on. Because subconsciously, I believe that I don't have the resources, or I believe that if I've given my total self, I'm telling you, you got to awaken your I am. The disconnection between you and the resources that you need or that you need to attract is your awakened I am. That I believe Marianne Williams has had it so right. It's not my darkness I'm most afraid of. It's my light. It's what I might be able to accomplish. It might what I can become, and what's going to be the fallout if I actually make it. What if I actually do speak to millions? What is the fallout? What family members going to walk away? What friends going to walk away? Who's going to disown me because one rising tide raises all the ships. Now they got an opportunity to raise. What's the fallout of my success? I'm challenging you all that you have to awaken your I am. Stop living life so passively at 70% when you were built to go 120. Well, I'm so, if I throw myself at it and I don't make it, I don't know if I can live with the disappointment. How can you live with the disappointment of not throwing yourself completely at something? When we walk in the house, we tell our kids, we tell our co-workers, son, give yourself to something. When you go to work, do your work to the best of your ability. When you go to school, do your school lesson to the best of your ability. And then we come home and we go haphazardly at life at 70 to 80%, and we go to bed at night, rest well, when we know we have not given what we had to give that day. Come on, man, I'm breaking bread right now. I'm breaking bread right now. Because the moment when we start believing that there is an expected end, the moment we start believing that my work is not in vain, it's the moment we start giving ourselves completely to it. Greatness is expensive. Greatness demands everything. You'll never catch greatness on a 20% off. Greatness is almost like Gucci. You don't ever see Gucci or Louis on a discount anywhere in the world other than what is Canal Street and over there in New York, because it's a knockoff. Real, true greatness will never go on sale. God designed greatness to where you have to throw your whole self. I got to give all of my I am to greatness in order to attain it. I'm telling you, man, I'm a sports psychologist, and I'm not a sports psychologist. I study the mind of great athletes. I'm not a sports psychologist. It's funny. But I love thinking about the psyche of those athletes. I always wonder, in clutch situations, how can Tiger at the 18th hole, coming down the stretch, down 2 shots, how in the world can he have his best hole, the 18th? I always wonder how Michael Jordan could always have the confidence to take that game-winning shot. Kobe Bryant, one of my most favorite people, God rest his soul, one of my most favorite people, someone I love to listen to. I consider Kobe as a mentor of mine. I love listening to him. I always wonder, where did the confidence come after you shot 4 consecutive air balls to shoot one more? Come back down in a major playoff game and shoot one more air ball and not let it phase you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the result of involving mental and physical effort done in order to achieve a purpose or a result. They have taken so many mental reps of that last second game winning shot. They've taken so many mental reps of what they process the emotions of what that shot would be. They've taken so many shots in practice to resemble what that shot would be, that when they got in the actual moment, their body couldn't tell the difference between the emotional state of that shot in practice or that mental rep or the real shot in the game. Their body could not tell the difference, and they were unfazed. Why? Because they've done it so many times in practice when it didn't count. They've done it so many times that they believed in that moment, I've already taken this shot so many times and made it, because they've done the mental work, they've done the physical work, and it gave them the confidence, Laura, to believe in this moment that my emotions don't matter. Because why? I've done it so many times. Motivational teacher, what are you saying? I'm saying you right now, you're shaky on what you believe. You're shaky on what you believe because you haven't taken the mental reps. You're shaky in what you believe because you haven't taken the physical reps. So, motivational teacher, I'm saying that you got to get out there and make more confessions. You got to get out there and take more shots. Oh, what if I miss? What if you don't? What if you don't miss? What if you make it? We don't know. But what we do know, that you will miss 100% of the shots, Michael Jordan, that you never take. We don't take enough reps in practice. And so when we get in the game, we're nervous, we're scared, we're intimidated, we're broken. Why? Because we have not done the work necessary in pregame. We have not done the work necessary in practice. We have not spent the mental reps in practice to be prepared in a real lifetime situation. Every morning, I say, I'm whole, I'm healed. Every cell in my body lines up with the word of God. My body is whole, my body is healed. Every cell in my body lines up in the word of God. I don't care. When COVID hit me, COVID had to respond. I've taken so many mental reps that if anything attacks my body at the cellular level, come on now, I've taken so many reps of my body is whole, my body is healed. Every cell in my body has to line up with the word of God. I've taken so many reps of that in my life right now that anything that's contrary must be lying. Why? I've taken, man, come on. I've taken at least, I don't know how many years I've been doing that, 8, 10. I've been taking so many. I went to the eye doctor on Friday. I went to the eye doctor. You know, I had a birthday. My wife wanted me to go get all these checkups. I'm like, cool. If you need me to go get them, I got the checkups. I went in there with my new having a birthday self, and I got on the eye machine. And then the optometrist, he flashed. He said, look at here. I looked in the thing. He said, does these two look the same? I said, he said, tell me what you see. I said, it's not blurry. It's straight to me. He flipped it. He said, look at this one. What do you see? I said, it looked just like the other one. He flipped it again and said, what do you see? I said, it looked just like the other one. I could see it. He said, he thought I was lying. He said, okay. He flipped it one more time. He said, read the last line to me. I said, B, C, D, E, F, G. And he said, wow. He said, I've never had anybody do it without struggling. And you know what I heard in my mind? My body is whole. Every cell in my body lines up with the word of God. My body's whole, my body's healed. Every cell in my body lines up. I don't care what you think you saw. I've taken so many mental reps of me speaking that language with my body that anything contrary to that must be lying. Why? My emotions become void in that moment, in that time, because I've taken so many reps. COVID. I got COVID. You can't live in my house. Why? I've taken so many reps. Well, your wife got it. Your son got it. Your other son got it. Well, it can't stay here. Every cell in my body lines up with we say, we encamped the angels around me and my family from the north, south, east, and west. Let no hurt, harm, danger come near our dwelling. We make it every day. We make it every day. Why motivational teacher? We can't have no Columbine in my kids' school. Why? Because I've already sent the angels. I've already sent the angels. And then even if it is, it can't come near me. Why? It can't come. Why? Because we've rehearsed it so many times that anything contrary to that is, man, come on, man. That's why most of us, oh my God, I'm going somewhere right now. We wait We wait until the moment where we have a need to do the work. I'm challenging you to get above to get above the need. Get above, man, I'll never be broke another day in my life. We say it every day. I'll never be broke, busted, or disgusted another day in my life. Why? Because I'm not waiting until there's a need in my life to make that confession. I make it every day. Although I got a few coins in the bank, I make the confession every day. Why? Because when a need arises, I already need to have done the work. Michael Jordan say, well, let me miss 4 or 5 game winning shot before I go start working on it. Kobe didn't say, oh, well, let me get to a couple 18s and I need to hit a hole in one before I start working on it. No, they worked in silence. And when the lights were on, it looked easy because they've done it so many times in the dark. The challenge with a lot of us is that we want it when the lights are on, but we don't want to put the time in on the backside when the lights are off. We want it on Instagram, we want it on Facebook, and we want it to look glamorous out there, but we don't want to put the work in when there's nobody listening and nobody looking. I'm breaking bread up in here tonight. You got to take the reps. You got to take the reps. You got to take the reps. You got to take these practice reps like they're game reps. Every time you make a confession, every time you're visualizing, you're meditating on your goals and you're meditating on your dreams, you got to already see yourself there. And when you have the setback, you won't quit. Why? Because I've already did work as a noun. Oh my God, that's bread break. I could throw this cell phone across the room right now. That is bread breaking. I've already done the work as a noun. If I've done the work as a noun, the work as a verb now becomes easy. Oh my God, I broke bread. Thank you, Charlotte. Broke bread right there. If I ain't ever said anything on a Motivational Monday that was impactful, that last 3 minutes right there, I'm gonna hit one of Vaniquel's. That right there is off the doggone chains. You gotta work while the lights are on, man. You don't wait till the doctor tell you got cancer to start working on healing scriptures, on healing in your body. You got to start working on healing on your body. And when you get, I got that, the doctor say you got cancer, cancer is revoking from your cells because you've already built your cells to the place where cancer can't come near you. Breaking bread right now. But because some of us sit around, we talk lack, we talk desperation, we talk unbelief, we've talked healing, we've talked hurting and pain and disappointment our whole life. When we get the diagnosis, well, you got cancer on your body. You say, I might well go ahead and die because I've been hurting and been in pain and been living paycheck to paycheck. My life ain't been no crystal staff, and then you go ahead and die off because you ain't got no fight in you because you haven't been taking practice reps. You haven't been working in the dark. You don't defeat cancer out in public. You defeat cancer when the lights are off. You defeat cancer when you're listening to 24 hours or however long of your healing scriptures of whatever you need to comfort your mind. You don't do it at that moment. Lacking poverty are not my portion. You don't make that confession when you don't have anything in the refrigerator. You got to start making it when you got an abundance. You got to start making it already. So when times come, they can't come near me. They cannot come near me. I'm breaking doggone bread. My favorite book I got here earlier, but I ain't do anything with it. So my favorite book said, so you see, faith by itself isn't enough. Unless you produce good deeds, unless you do the work, faith is dead and it's useless. Now, before y'all hang up or slam hang up the computer, close the computer. Give me 1 minute with this. I believe in faith, boy. I believe that faith is phenomenal. I believe that without faith, it's impossible to see God. I believe those that come to God must first know that He is. I'm with all of that stuff. Trust me, your boy is with all of that. I am a faith person. My mom right there, she know it. I am a faith person. So before y'all close the computer on me on this one, just know that I'm with you. I'm a faith person. But faith alone is not going to get you where you want to go. Faith without work is dead and is useless. Faith without work is, our faith is, I love it. But look at the heroes in Hebrews chapter 11, that all of those people worked. All of those people worked. When Jesus picked the 12 disciples, he found nobody there just chilling on the stump, waiting on him to come by. When he saw Peter, Peter was fishing. Come on, we gotta act. We got to go to work. We got phenomenal talent, but in order to materialize that talent, we gotta go to work. We gotta work on something. We gotta work on something. We got to mentally and physically put our hand. I just believe. Okay, I'm glad you believe, but what is the manifestation of your belief? I believe, and this is just me. I'm not saying in the day of it, if we truly have faith, then I got a blueprint. If I truly, I'm gonna pause. That I plan that pause. If I truly have faith, then there's a blueprint. I believe that a lot of us have faith with no vision, no plans. We just got faith. Keep on walking by faith, and I'm okay with that. If David didn't pick up the sling, pick up and sling those stones, Goliath would still be alive. Come on, Angelique. Come on, Angelique. Speak in the mic. That's what the book says, Charlotte. Come on. We got to act. Come on. Words have power. Man, we got to do the work. I know to my Christian brothers and sisters, that sounds like cuss words, because we would just want to pray. Prayer changes things. Let me tell you something else about that. That's an idiom. Prayer changes things. The first thing prayer should change is me. And as prayer changes me, things change. I just broke bread again. Prayer should change me before it changes things. And if prayer changes me, I change the things. I just broke bread again. It's all back to work. Well, I want to pray and everything gonna change. If prayer doesn't change you, then it doesn't change the thing. Oh my God, that's another bread breaking moment for free. That right there is just, oh, by the way, I just prayed night and day that it would change. If it did not change you, the thing cannot change. It's the awakened I am that shifts situations in your life. It's the awakened I am that's able to say, man, let the poor say I'm rich. It's the awakened I am that gives people the ability to say, let the weak say I'm strong. It's the awakened I am. It ain't just about faith. It ain't just about faith. It's about the work. You got to have faith. I'll even go one further. Oh, my God. Mom, I know my mama going to say I went a little too far on this one. I've seen more people work and get there to that goals and dreams than just people who had faith and get there. I'm being real. I'm being real. It's some people that put in more hours, that put in more time. And my book said, work while it's day, because at night no man working. I don't care how much faith you have. If you laying on the sofa in the daytime and the nighttime, I don't care if you can call fire from heaven. It's going to be somebody out there going to put in more work than you, and you and your faith is going to die average, because it's somebody else out there putting in the work. God honors those. If a man don't work, he ought not eat. God honors work. By the way, work is a gift from God. Work is a gift from God. He put man in the garden and he said, work it. He put us in the garden and he said, work it. Work is a gift from God. Keep laying on the sofa. Keep just talking about what you're gonna do. Keep just sitting there. Keep just sitting there talking. And there's somebody out there ain't got the faith you got, but they got the doggone work ethic, and they gonna get it done. They got the doggone work ethic. Yeah, I love that. Use your talents, grow what is given to you. I love that. Grow what is already given to you. Keep on. I'm gonna do it one day in the by and by. It's somebody out there not as talented as you, not as bright as you, don't have the skill set that you have, but they gonna have much more than you because they willing to work. And God honors work. Work is a gift. I don't care if you're righteous or unrighteous. Work is a gift for a person that realizes that my work is a gift and I do it as unto God. That person will succeed in no matter what area of their life that they're going into. My wife loves education. She loves going into education, and she's going to be successful in every area of education she do, because she realized that this is tied to my I am. The more lives that I change in this school for the better, it's tied to who I am and why I was sent to earth. For a person that understands that and willing to put the work in, success is inevitable. They're working for a desired end, and every day they wake up and do what they do, they're working on something because it's tied to my I am. And the person that's slothful, the person that is lazy, the person that got a lot of tongue and no work is the person that's going to end up being a beggar. Going to always have to ask somebody to borrow something. Always going to not have enough to make the ends meet. Why? Because you ain't working. You ain't working. You ain't working. Work is a gift from God. God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden, and he said, work it. Keep it. Stop running from the work. Stop running from the work. Stop running from the work. At some point, you're going to have to stoop down and put the work in. I don't know. I think it might be too hard. Don't worry. Hey, how do you chew an elephant? One bite at a time. Stop looking at what it's going to take to get the overall job done and say, hey, I'm just going to do the little bit I can today. I know right now, tonight, I don't have the masses tonight, but with these doggone 12 I got, with these 12 I got, I'm going to give this 12 everything I got, because I know it's tied to my I am. I don't take plays off. I don't take days off. Why? Because I'm working on something. I'm working on something. I understand when I listened to that message in 2000, when I did in 2017, and I come back and listen to 2021, Awaken Your I Am, I said, I see my work. Oh my God, I see my work as, oh, that's a whole nother moment right there. You had to be here on time. I see my work as a noun. I listened to 2017. I listened to Awaken Your I Am. I see my work as a noun. God, I see what you're doing in the middle of this process of attracting the masses. You're building a better me. Oh, chill bumps everywhere right now, because I see the desire in. Unstoppable. Forget what they said. We are unstoppable. Forget what you heard. You are unstoppable. Forget what you saw. You are unstoppable. You can see your work as a noun. Work it. Boy, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother Motivational Monday in itself. Somebody get in the box. Work it. Come on, man. Work it. It is in all capital letters. Whatever your it is, you got to start working it. Whatever your it is, you got to start meditate on it. Whatever your it is, you got to close your eyes and just meditate on it for time to come. You got to find shows that nurture it. Some of us need to learn the process of germination. Some of us need to learn the process of germination. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Ryan. Some of us need to learn the process of germination, that even when you think it's not working, it's working for you. When you take a seed, a cucumber seed or whatever seed, and you put it in the ground, that everything that seed is, oh yeah, is on the inside. Everything that plant is on the inside of that seed. Let me say it like this. Let me use a fruit. What a fruit? A watermelon. Everything that the watermelon is in that seed when it goes into the ground. That seed has a cap on the outside. The whole purpose of that cap is meant to protect the seed. And some of us, oh my God, I gotta break bread. And some of us have a cap around our goals and our dreams. See, but that cap is only meant to protect it. See, how you grew up in the environment that you were nurtured in as a kid, God had a cap around your goals and your dreams where they had to go unaffected in that environment. That cap was only meant to protect that seed or protect that watermelon that's on the inside of that cap. Putting that seed in the right ground, with the right moisture, with the right temperature, with the right amount of sunlight and photosynthesis, putting that seed, the very thing that was meant to protect the seed, if we can never get through that surface, that seed will never come into fruition. The cap was meant to protect the watermelon. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say it like that. The seed protects the watermelon. And so for some of us, we've grown these external shelters, and we've had to have them. That's why I said, don't apologize about what you've been through. Oh my God, I'm breaking bread. Don't apologize about what you've been through. Don't apologize about some of the things you said. God is throwing them from the east or the west. You stop letting that affect you, but that's your cap that was protecting your dreams, and you in front of me right here today. And I'm gonna help put that seed in the right environment where you can get to your watermelon. And for somebody, your watermelon might be the hair replacement specialist. For somebody else, it might be the artist. For somebody else, it might be the DON. For somebody else, it might be the motivational teacher to the masses. For somebody else, whatever's on the inside of that seed, in this example, it's the watermelon. Whatever's on the inside of that cap around it has been made, was protected you up until this moment. That's why I'm not apologizing for what I've been through. I'm not apologizing for the mistakes I've made. I'm not apologizing. I made them. God has forgiven me. I forgive me. It's over. It's behind me. I came through. And now, the very thing that protected us, if we don't put it in the right environment, that thing would choke the life out of us, and we can never see the fruit of what was on the inside of that cap. Find me now. So when that cap goes underground, the first thing you have to do is water it, because when you water it, it softens the outside of the seed, the shell of the seed. It softens the shell of the seed. You put a little sunlight on it and gives the ground the right temperature. Then something magical happens. The stuff that's on the inside of the seed now starts to protrude to the outside of the seed, although it's underground. And see, when you're working, you can't tell, just like, because you have such a hard external, that sometimes outside to mere eyes, it doesn't seem like it's working for me, but I know it's working for me because I see small changes. My shell is a little softer than it was. Come on, man, I'm breaking bread right now. And when it goes under the ground with that moisture, that stuff that's on the inside of the seed begin to crack and come on the outside of the seed. But here's the challenge for a lot of us, because I do believe the list of people right here, we're in the process of germination. We're in the process, but this is what we got to understand, that even when that outside cap is starting to break, that the seed goes down before it comes up. Seeds grow roots before they sprout out the ground. And I think some of us are looking for this thing to happen overnight, working on something to change overnight. And this is germination. This is over a process. Although it feels like nothing is working in your life, all things are working for you. Oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment. Although it feels like nothing is changing in your external, but your internal is starting to be softened a little bit, and you can feel the roots going down a little deeper. Oh yeah, get rooted up. I love it. You can feel the roots go. Don't worry about what's on the outside of the ground. Focus on what's going on in the process of the ground. And when it comes out of the ground, it will be sustainable because the roots run deep. That's why I'm not ashamed that I've been doing this, 5, 6, 7 years. And I haven't reached millions and millions. I'm not ashamed of that, because the 10 or 11 that I've reached, their life is changing forever. And my roots are growing deep. And the moment they come out the ground, it's sustainable. Why? Because my roots have grown so deep. I heard Kevin Hart doing an interview. They said, Kevin Hart, it seemed like you became an overnight success. Kevin Hart looked at it, overnight success. How do people come to that conclusion? I'm a guy that was doing 19 years of comedy before I ever did a movie. I was doing 19 years of comedy before I ever got on a national stage. What he was saying, motivational teacher, my roots were running deep. And the challenge for us is, how do we keep going? When I keep going back, looking on top of the ground, and I don't see my seeds starting to sprout, how do I keep going with the same energy and keep producing with the same effort, keep going back with the same ferocity, although I don't see the sprout on the outside of the ground? You got to understand that it's working so much more on the inside of you to grow those roots, that when your seeds sprout out the top side of the ground, it'll be so strong that the wind and the waves can't pull it away. It's going to be so strong that the mice and the animals can't uproot your seed on the outside. Why? Because you've built it deep, that you've used work as a noun, that you've created it so many times as a noun that when you get it as a verb, you expect it. I'm working for an expected end. Don't despise small beginnings. You gotta do the work. Hard work is so much more important than talent. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many more people that are more eloquent than I am. There are so many more people that fit the build of what people expect from a motivational speaker or a motivational teacher. There are other people that got connections that I don't have out there in this motivational speaking and this motivational teaching world. But I'm so grateful that in the midst of all of these things, God and I are carving a spot for the gift that's what's given to me. If it'll work if I work it. And some of us got to get in a position where you work on something, where you just work on something. I am intentional about something. What's up, Antoinette Marie? I'm intentional about something. And we keep running and looking at the ground. Has my seed sprouted yet? Don't worry about when it comes out the ground. You focus on your seed going down in the ground. Your sustainability doesn't come from what on top of the ground. Your sustainability comes from what's deep down on the inside of the ground. See Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. They teach us that we got to go to the ground and see our sustainability. I'm telling you, your sustainability is not on top of the ground. Your sustainability is under the dirt, under the earth, where you're rooted and grounded in a strength that where you're not unstable in all your ways. Oh, let me go see to the ground. I'm not running to the ground looking for how many eyes I have. I'm running underground to see how deep my root go. I don't care how. Oh my God, it's a bread-breaking moment. I'd rather my root run 6 feet down before it runs 6 feet up. It's a bread-breaking moment. I'd rather that my root run 6 foot down in the dirt in the ground before I grow to be 6 foot over ground. Why? Because when it goes 6 feet down, it's sustainable. If you get a tree on top of the earth with no strong root, it's falling down tomorrow. Come on, man. It's a bread-breaking moment. I got people chiming into this conversation. My boy Ryan said, your gift will make room for you. Lisa, all claps. Yeah, come on, Lisa, with bread-breaking moment. The future DON. I remember I used to get so frustrated when people would say, wow, you're still in nursing school? Yep. And it's okay. Why? Because my roots are going deep. And that's why when I'm the DON, just know that didn't happen when I became the DON. That happened when my roots were going deep, ladies and gentlemen. Man, this thing right here, I got a few more things I could really get into. But I'll be on here another hour if I really got into what else is on my notes. So I got to see where am I going to cut this off, because this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. Y'all chime in this conversation, man. I'm going to read a couple of more comments. If y'all got some comments, chime in here. I think I'm going to let this simmer right here. I think I've given enough bread for one afternoon. I got some more stuff, but I'm going to let that simmer. I know it's working for me. I know it's working for you also. I know it's working. I don't need to see it on the outside of this side of the ground. As long as it's working on the inside and my roots are growing deep, eventually I'll get what's on the outside. And see, I think that's the test of faith. And see, most people want to say, "Oh, I'm so strong in my faith." I don't think faith is what you see on the outside. I think faith is what you see on the inside that gonna manifest on the outside. Anything that Williams translation. It is saying anything that's already been built is not faith. Anything that's already been built is not faith. I think faith happens to the stuff on the inside. Like I got faith that I can produce the masses from the inside. The great I am awakens my I am to produce those things. The roots deep down is security. Man, what you talking about? And I believe that that's how God build people. I don't think it was strange that Jesus did everything he was supposed to do in 3 years. It took him 30 years to prepare for 3. Come on, man. That's a word all in itself. It took him 30 years to prepare for 3. What was he doing, motivational teacher? He was getting a root system in place because he knew what he was going to have to go through. His root. What was he doing at 12? Finding himself. What he was saying? I was creating roots. I don't think it's strange that he did 30 years of preparation for 3. And some of us want it overnight, and it does not happen that way. Thank you, Angelique. It does not happen overnight. We got to build a strong root system while we're working on something. If that something doesn't run down as far as it does up, it's just a matter of time before we the 69 boys with a one-hit wonder because our root system wasn't deep enough, or before like Henry Ruggs III, or before we're in some type of scandal where our root system is not deep enough and we find ourselves in a situation that's detrimental to the gift and to the call that starts to affect my manifestation of what I can have and do, and the fruit that's supposed to be given back to the great I am, because my root system, my character is not strong enough. Ladies and gentlemen, this whole life that you're living is about one thing: awakening your I am. Germination is about one thing: taking the outer shell of a seed and producing a fruit. Your life is no different than germination. God sees you no different than a seed that he's put in his earth. Your outside shelter is only what's protecting the inside. Oh my God, that's a bread-breaking moment. What you see is only protecting what's on the inside. But so many of us build so many stories, and we create stories about what I see, and all that watermelon seed is doing is protecting everything that is the watermelon on the inside of the seed. That seed is not the watermelon. That external shell is not the watermelon. The stuff on the inside of that shell is the watermelon. And you cannot get to the watermelon until you crack that exterior. But we spend so much time trying to protect this exterior. We spend so much time trying to make this exterior look like it's more than what it is, when God said, I'm not after that. I'm after the stuff that's on the inside. I'm after the stuff that's on the inside. Boy, that's a bread-breaking moment right there. Man, that's a bread-breaking moment. Man, you all have been phenomenal. I want to leave you all with a challenge tonight. I want to challenge you to write down, not on this thread, to write down, what is your, I'm working on something. What is your something? What is your something? What is your something? I am working on it. And I'm challenging you to spend as much time as you can with your music, with your TV shows, with your YouTube, with your Facebook, or whatever it is. Spend as much time as you can working on something. Being a hair replacement specialist, I'm sure, is completely different than being an artist or being Sun's inspirator. I'm pretty sure all those things are completely different. So how we invest our time should be completely different. Should be completely different. And I'm challenging us to get in the right soil so we can be germinated. I'm working on building my creative community. I know you are, and it's beautiful, and I'm a part of it. I'm a part of it. And ladies and gentlemen, you all have been phenomenal. If you have not, please go subscribe to my YouTube page, Williams Inspired. If you have not, please like my Facebook page, Williams Inspires, and you can find me on Twitter at Waging War 32. And until next time, I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy is out.
It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against